Just wrapped up the mastermind event at my place, at the new crib, and it went off great. We're going to have a YouTube upload this Saturday of everybody who attended. Sorry if the water's loud in here and this is a different type of video. But man, we've been busy. And guess what? It's 10 o'clock in the morning, the 1st. January 1st, 2023. And we're going to crush this next year. We have so much on our plate, so much new to deliver, that I fully just got caught in between pads and airport drop-offs and everything in between. But that's what I'm talking about, you guys. No excuses on the work that needs to be done. I could have totally said, hey, I posted that Saturday upload of the MTV Cribs type episode to the YouTube channel. So since I'm so busy, I got to miss the Monday video of personal development. I will never miss these Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos. It's not going to happen. There will be no time in my life where I miss these. Because guess what? I was on my floor of my cell, doing push-ups, trying my hardest to fight through all the pain that I know all too well from my years of just massive torture that I inflicted upon myself with my horrible daily habits. You guys, I need you to know that there is a way out. The program I've been showing you over and over on my Instagram and on here that I've been telling you about is your salvation. It's the gateway. There's no way that anybody is going to self-sabotage after a day of building yourself like my program builds you. When you start off with that early wake-up. And man, it's difficult, especially on those mornings where you just can't get up. But when you choose to, that is the greatest form of gratitude. You're choosing to break that pleasureful sleep for bettering yourself, for chasing the best version of yourself. And this is what has dominated my life. I can say that the main thing, the momentum that I build each day comes from my wake-up time. Because I never want to get up at 2:45. And I'm not telling you to get up at 2:45. I'm telling you to get up at an uncomfortable time where you have to earn the right to live that day. Next, I go into my powerful visualization and just reflection process. I'm reflecting in the morning on the man I must be. I'm creating and carrying the aim through the day that I must take as the man that I always needed my whole life. There's a man that you always needed your whole life, and you have to ask yourself right now, are you him? Are you him? Because I am, motherfucker. In every way, I can solve what you're going through if you really listen to me and apply it. And it's way more simple than everybody believes, because you guys are too afraid to get into that discomfort and really push yourself to the levels that are going to bring you to your highest self. And your highest self looks down on these low-frequency pussy emotions like they're nothing. Fuck your feelings. Fuck your emotions. Let's get you into a blueprint that raises you so high, elevates your frequency so much that you don't even remember these events that are triggering you and making you feel weaker. So I go from that morning wake-up, and I go into my visualization and realization process where I reflect, visualizing the man I need to be and reflecting on the mistakes I made yesterday. When I do my reflection process, my journaling, I don't sit there and say what I'm grateful for. I reflect on what I regret from the day before. So what I regret from the day before is what I make sure I do not fail again in today. I don't bring the same problem from yesterday into today. And everybody does that. So I go from my early wake-up time to my reflection process, my visualization process, and then I go straight into my workout. That workout is the greatest form of self-transcendence, because I go work out so that I can bring the best me to my girl, her daughter, my friends, my clients, the person at Starbucks, everybody. I don't just pick my loved ones and say, I'm bringing the best man to them. I'm going to bring the best man to the world. Because the fact is, if you're only bringing the best person to those you love, and you are still shitting on strangers and other people, you're going to bring that asshole on the street home to your loved ones. There's no way you're not going to marginally bring home that asshole to your loved ones. The energy. When I snap on someone in the street, or when I come out of character with someone, I pay at home. It's like she can sense my energy, and I know this is the way it works. So like I said, the early morning wake up, 2:45 a.m. And then I go into my reading, journal, and reflection process, my visualization process. After that, I go into my workout. My workout is all about self-transcendence, bringing the best me to them. And when I get into flow state on these exercises, this is what puts me into the highest form of self, where I'm not in that sensory world. I'm not worried about bills. I'm not worried about problems. I'm not worried about tasks later in the day. I'm more worried about not desiring. So my greatest form of peace is when I don't know desire. So I'm not sitting there worried about how I look in the mirror. I'm not worried about bills. I'm not worried about life. I'm not worried about progress. I'm not worried about getting. I'm not worried about anything. I'm just in the moment, in flow, which is the definition of inner peace. Flow state, not knowing time as it passes by. So go from that early morning wake up, 2:45. Then I go into the reading, journaling, reflection, and visualization process, making sure I know the man I have to be that day. Journaling about what I regret from yesterday to remove it today. Then I go into my workout, where I structure my workout based on making sure I get into that positive mental attitude, that PMA, and I get the highest frequency so that I alter. Every time I leave the gym, I've altered my reality completely. I go in angry and I leave so fucking loving. I would hug my enemy right then. I don't even have any enemies. But this is so beautiful. And after that, I have my structured macro meals, my perfect macronutrients, the fats, proteins, and carbs that I have to eat that day to stay in the shape I need to be, to have the confidence I need to have, so that I can be the man I need to be, so that I'm the man I always needed. If I'm not the man I always needed, then I'm a fucking fraud. Ask yourself now, are you the man you always needed, or are you a fucking fraud? Because you should be working towards creating that individual that would push you through every problem you've had in life, help you overcome all the pain you've ever had. And now, with my coaching, which is my business, all throughout the day, after my morning process is done, I just work on others. I just work on other people. An hour on, an hour off. An hour on a coaching call, an hour off. So I call it the 60-40-20 workflow. I'm in flow state for 60 minutes on a call with a client, just loving it in the moment. Forget about the world. I'm in perfect flow. I get off that 60 minutes. I do 40 minutes of monotonous tasks, emails, sales, content creation, stuff around the house, whatever, errands, anything I have to do. Then I go into 20 minutes of high-intensity training, heavy breathing, and fucking burpees, workout, push-up. I end up doing the 60-40-20 workflow multiple times a day. And every time, with the 60 minutes of flow state, the 40 minutes of monotonous tasks, the 20 minutes of HIIT training, I'm ready again to be back in flow state by the next call, and I'm still high vibing. I have the highest frequency possible when I live in this manner. I've created this over the last 15 years, and it's the cornerstone of my success. My program that keeps me so aligned with the man I need to be that I no longer take back steps. I no longer self-sabotage. Some of you guys are so perfect that you never self-sabotage. You don't need a process like this. Ha! Lies. Everybody needs to rid themselves of all that negativity that we possess when we get into these low-frequency desires. We get into that low-frequency state of fear, desire, shame, guilt, anger. We get down there because we can't just always stay in a high frequency. The only thing that would make a high frequency attractive for us to be in is that if low frequency exists. So if you say that you don't have these, then you don't have the alternative, which is that enlightenment, that power that we all know when we stay in a aligned state. I love you guys. I don't know how many times I'm going to shoot here. I just had to today. I had to do it today. And I'm just going to never miss on a video because that's my love and respect for you. You have to take that with you all year. That if you miss on your word to a stranger or your people or anyone, it's your lack of respect for them. Love you guys. Let's go.